Yo, what's good? Finally got a nice day out here, as you can see. Got a new camera too. Hopefully y'all can be able to tell the quality. Still messing with my settings, but I'm gonna still get used to it. I'm gonna still get used to it though. You know, got the Civic out here. Let me turn the camera around. She always out here looking good. But y'all gonna have to let me know how this camera look, cause I ain't gonna lie, it look good now, but hopefully the video upload and everything look fine. Hopefully the audio good and all that. I don't even know where the mic at. I don't even know where to hold the camera at, but we gonna figure this out as we go. Turn the camera around. As you can see, we're gonna be working on the EG today. Projects. We're gonna be doing a rear disc conversion. Got the parts right here. Main part I'm working on right now, getting these rear bushings all burnt out so I can throw on the NRG, not NRG, but Energy. My fault. The Energy suspension ones. These style right here. Hopefully you can be able to see that. But basically, these just pop right in there. Obviously, that's what it looks like stock. Hopefully you're able to see that. So you got to burn all of that out, all the rubber and stuff. Get these pressed in there however you want to do it. It comes with some type of lubrication. Then obviously the middle piece that bolts up into the chassis, you got to burn the rubber off of that too, and obviously push it back into that red bushing. So as you can see, all right, my bad, as I was saying, as you can see, we have the car. Let me just try to get a better angle of this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There we go. Car is fully torn apart in the rear. Had some problems getting the brake cables off, so I gotta still figure that out. E-brake cable, I just cut it, so I gotta get that off because obviously you can't reuse the ones from the drum ones. From those, they were pretty annoying to get off, I'll be honest. They did give me some problems around the toe arms, so yeah, I'll probably talk about some of that more later. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do to go ahead and burn those bushings out. Okay, went ahead and got the trailing arms moved to the back of the truck. Things are heavy, if you couldn't tell. I'm still trying to learn this camera, my bad. But as you can see, I did the calipers. They ain't come out the best. This side came out pretty good, honestly. But I'll probably redo them in the future. It was just something temporary to get all that rust off, because all of them look like that. So this is what I was talking about right here with the bushing that I already started the process of burning out. This is what it looks like stock. And of course, a lot of movement. Of course, it's, there we go. You can see all the cracks. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yep, crack. This side, you can see cracks. Either way, they're gone. They need to be replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the torch that I picked up yesterday. Lighting's not even good here, my fault. And I'm gonna kind of set up how I'm gonna do it. Of course, I'm gonna do it off camera because I don't want to burn myself or mess anything up, because I don't like playing with fire. So I'm gonna kind of show you a little bit of how I do it so you can get an idea, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off and get to I guess trying to get the bushings in. All right, hopefully y'all are able to kind of get a decent angle at this. It's probably focusing on this, but here's the propane torch I got. You can really get one from any of your local hardware stores. I got mine from Lowe's. It was about $26. Came with the igniter and like tip piece or whatever you call it. So really all I was doing was I had it on a different table. I obviously wasn't just doing it right here on my truck, but I was just putting fire to it, letting it get hot, and then once it started to kind of burn on its own, then after a while I took a hammer to this piece. Eventually that piece fell down. Then I just kept hitting it until as much rubber came out. Of course, you gotta let it get real hot. And then of course I took a like a pry bar and chisel and just kept hitting it with the hammer. Still need to do more. Obviously it's not perfect, but that's kind of like the rough idea of how I did it last night. So I'm gonna kind of go ahead and get to that, try to show you the best angle I can. Okay, so that angle should be pretty good for y'all. So of course, using the torch, most people probably used it already. You just turn it on a little bit so you hear a hiss. Light it up. Alright, so I went ahead and got both of those middle pieces out. With my finger, there it is. Went and got both of those out. Of course, they're in water right now. What I did was I put some charcoal in one of these chimneys that you would use for like the grill, and I just put a bunch of charcoal in there and just let it burn. Let it burn, and the fire just burnt all the extra rubber that was on those pieces off. That's what I seen somebody online do. It was honestly really simple. Just put that fire on there and just let it burn, honestly. So now I'm gonna show you all these other parts I got for the Civic. Okay, so these are the other parts I got. Obviously, as you can tell, if you know anything about these 90s Hondas. Rear subframe brace, right off of eBay, nothing special. Here's the lower control lines. Nice. It says they're billet. Don't know how long they'll hold up, obviously, because they're eBay products. But I saved money on them, and I got the whole kit for about 70 bucks. So they came with all the bolts and brackets and stuff to get it on. Alright, gonna put some of this grease in there that came with it. The pre-lube. That's what I use to push the ball joints into to help it out. So I'm gonna also use it to put these pieces right back in there. Went ahead and cleaned them up with a wire brush. Came out pretty good. So one thing that I've learned and looked at before I did it, one thing to remember when you're putting these pieces back in, the top that has like an oval shape compared to like the regular circle shape always is pointed to the outside of the trailing arm. So you want the regular circle hole going towards the inside, so technically towards like the gas tank of the car. It's kind of weird at this angle, but you kind of, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Wow, bro. Got them in there, but that was a struggle if you couldn't tell. Still got to figure out exactly how them tow arms get in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see them back there, but I'm definitely happy with how this is looking. Don't mind the coilover and camber arm setup. Hold on, I'm not even showing it. My bad. Don't mind the coilover setup and the camber arm setup. That's just temporary. Those are just spare parts I had just to have it all mocked up so I can see how everything looks and make sure everything fit. And it does look good for these rear disc conversions to come with this rotor, the brake pads, and the calipers that I painted, for it all to come with it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It looks good. Everything's fitting up on there nice. Those bushings look good and everything, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and knock out the other side off camera because it is a little difficult to do. And I'll get back to you then. Of course, not the way that I wanted to kind of end off the video, but you know, everything don't always go as planned when we're working on this stuff. As you can see, the car is back on the ground. I'm pretty happy with being able to get everything on there. You know, I can't really be mad at it. You kind of see the calipers, see the subframe brace and all that looking good. But got it down on the ground, obviously got the other side done. And of course, it is real cambered out right now because you can see that, yeah, camber in the rear is maxed out because those are the camber arms that came off of the black Civic. So those of course are maxed out, so I need to adjust that. I just want to get everything on there buttoned up and done so I can get it back on the ground because we had a storm coming, and I didn't really want to leave it on the jack stands for however long they were going to be on there. So yeah, I'm gonna basically end the video here. Got a lot more coming. Need to still figure out the tow arms in the back. Those are the only thing I hooked up. So of course, not only is it cambered out a lot in the rear, they are like pointed like inwards, towed in. So of course, because the tow arms are not hooked up. So that is next. Gonna be doing some more work on it here. We're getting nicer days out here. Today is 60, but the sun ain't really out. Let me flip the camera around. But like I said, I'm gonna be doing some more work. I'm gonna be trying to button this car up as much as possible. Still am unsure what I'm gonna do as far as the motor, if I want to swap it, if I want to just keep it all motor. I think for now, I think probably for the summer, well, I don't know, probably for the summer I was thinking keeping it all motor and just making it like just keep it all motor for like the rest of the spring, and then just keep it kind of like a just like something a little fun. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna register it, like make it road legal anytime soon, because there's not really a point right now until I am fully confident with what I want to do with the car, and you know, making sure it actually can be on the road. But I think I might just have it all motor D series for a little bit, have fun with it. You know, it's a little manual 90 Civic. It'll be all motor, it'll be slow. I know how everybody feel about the single cams, but I don't know, I like the single cams. I mean, of course I want to get my hands on the B series eventually, K series of course, but for now, of course, everything ain't gonna happen, you know, in a couple of days. So things take time, so we'll see what happens. But of course, we got this car, so you know, that slows everything down too, because this car is got some money into it. There's the bumper. Oh, let me fix the angles. But yeah, there's the bumper down here. Of course, reason that's off, I'm gonna be painting that. That hopefully should be within the next couple days here. And hopefully y'all should get a video on that pretty soon. Gonna be painting the bumper, painting the hood, try to make everything back to, you know, this gloss black for the time being, just so it looks good for the rest of this season, rest of the year. And then hopefully sometime later this year, or maybe next year, but maybe hopefully sometime this year, I'll get a color change on this, either wrap it, get it painted, I don't know, but gotta do something nice to it. I don't think I've seen this yet either. A little sneak peek. Not sneak peek, but got a new wing on here. If you're wondering where this wing is from, it's off in a, I don't know if it's an 8th gen Accord, but it's the Accord. I have to figure out what generation exactly, but it's real nice. Fits the car better than you would think. As you can see here, it like almost lines up perfectly, and then it follows this body line like if it was made for this car. And I got it from the junkyard for 30 bucks, so you know I had to get that. So, and it's already black, matches the car perfectly, perfect condition. You can't beat that. That's why I always say go to the junkyard, even if your junkyard around you are pretty whack, because that's how they are around here. You never know what you're gonna find, because even though we ain't find nothing else and we thought that core wasn't worth nothing, I thought about it. I was like, maybe that wing will fill in the EK. And of course I brought it home, and now I think it's gonna be something crazy. I think this kind of get that same feeling like when I put the IS300 rear lip on here, where it was something different, and I was like, wow, like this is crazy. Now I know some people put like the 8th gen Civic wings on here, and they look good too, but that's for another time. So I'll see y'all in the next video.